Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, hello my teacher, my friends, welcome back to my channel. It's time for the big one. This video is going to be a final assignment for the subject English Language Teaching or ELT Media Design with my lecturer Mr. Siswandi, S.Pd, M.Pd. I'm Suhendri Prayoga. I'm from 6th semester of English Education Department of State Islamic University of Sultan Syarif Kasim Riau. Alright guys, in today's video, I'm going to describe a best media and methods to teaching English. I choose a gamification method to teaching and learning English language. Alright, let's begin. Ready, set, and go. What is gamifications? Alright, we can define a gamification as a strategy that implements games like elements into non-gaming activities to enhance engagement and motivations. Video games are made with the intentions of captivating and entertaining players. It's not unusual to find yourself fully immersed in a video game and a feeling that one more level is never enough. But what is that make us so invested in games? Video games have been linked to the productions of dopamine. It's often deemed the feel-good chemical which can lead to game addictions. This is because games use features like points, leaderboards, and trophies to encourage players to stay invested. The gamification method implements features just like this into other activities such as learning environment. Gamification is built to encourage intrinsic motivation, which is the desire to do something because you have an interest in the task. This type of motivation will leave learners genuinely enjoying the topic they are studying. And extrinsic motivations, on the other hand, is wanting to do something based on external rewards or factor, such as someone telling you to do the task. Although most learners will have a healthy mix of both motivations type, it's important for learners not to learn more toward extrinsic motivations. If a student is only extrinsically motivated, they will be completing tasks for the wrong reasons. Educators should be enforced the fact that learning is enjoyable and can create educational rewards for students to help enforce this. Implementing fun and rewarding elements to education has the potential to completely shift the way we learn. So, how can we utilize gamifications to benefit educations? Alright, many of us have become used to immediate satisfaction from social media, apps, and also games. With the dopamine release we are used to from unhealthy habits, it can be tricky to stay focused on a productive activity. This is especially relevant to younger generations, who tend to spend large amounts of time on the internet. In fact, the study has shown that 55% of Gen Z use their smartphone for over 5 hours a day. By using a gamification learning approach, we can match the addictive bad habits and train students and learners to crave satisfaction from learning. A recent study has shown that those who learn via gamified education method score higher marks than those who don't. Other studies suggest that although gamifications improve learning outcomes, there isn't evidence to show that gamifications drive engagement. The introductions of progress indicators can be extremely motivating for students. Pushing yourself, it can be far easier if you have a reachable goal rather than having one set goal to work towards, which can be daunting. Gamification encourages small wins that help motivate students, and gamifications in education is also great for social learning, which can be a huge motivator in itself. There are apps and websites that give you the options to link up with friends and compete against their scores. It's challenging you to learn the most. Gamifications introduce an element of play into study, which ultimately makes for a fun experience. Having a goal to drive towards or a new level to reach can push you to study harder. Gamified learning material can make students and learners feel more in control of their own educations. With motivators like point systems and level, students have a means to work toward their goals in a way they understand and enjoy. Gamifications also goes hand in hand with e-learning. Online education platforms are a great way to carry out gamified learning. E-learning has grown dramatically during recent years, particularly due to the pandemic and the need for online education alternatives. Apps and websites are great hosts for gamification techniques, as they often smoothly incorporate things such as leaderboards and point systems. Online learning is not always as engaging as physical classrooms and comes with its own challenges. Online lectures and lessons can be tricky for young students, as it's harder to engage them and there are distractions all around. Gamification is a great way to make learning just as exciting as in-person learning. Gamification is a fantastic learning aid, but it also comes with some complications. Gamification methods are often tied in apps and also websites, which require the use of technology. There's already a digital divide, and by making text such as reminding parts of learning, we could risk ostracizing some students. Another risk of implementing gamification could be a lower attention span for students. Young people today are used to instant gratifications, and turning learning into a game could be feeding into that. We could combat this by mixing gamification with traditional learning methods. By doing so, we can ensure that students can still learn and work in more serious environment. Although the concept may sound new, it has been present in modern educations for quite some time. Let's look at some successful examples of gamification. The first one is Duolingo. This language learning app is the perfect example of gamifications used for learning with over 500 million worldwide users. They are clearly using a gamification techniques well. Duolingo successfully uses multiple gamification techniques to keep users engaged with level, streaks, badges, and leaderboards. All of these features make us a very game-like experience and keep users driving progress. Yes, it's good. It is a great example of using a filter scenario to create effective learning. Whilst there are many apps that use some of these tactics, Duolingo managed to use all of them to help users feel motivated. On top of the successful implementations of these gamification techniques, the app is very bright with fun colors, which add to the game-like feel. The second one is Kahoot. Kahoot had the power to make students extremely enthusiastic about learning. Similar to a game show, Kahoot using music, images, and a colorful interface to get students excited about the task at hand. Particularly useful for quizzing vocabulary, multiplications, and simple geography. This app asks students to select the correct answer within a time limit. Kahoot even allows teachers to include YouTube videos to add an extra layer of information of each question. Combining this interactive game with multimedia help make the experience more immersive for students. Moreover, the app has plenty of sounds effects that added to the excitement of the gameplay. Students receive points for every correct answer and also get extra points for answering faster than others, whether they're playing individually or in teams. Students will feel very rewarded when they see their score growing. Racking up more points often means that students get invested in the game and want to continue playing. In fact, your students may become addicted to Kahoot. Gamifications is an incredibly powerful strategy and a great way to motivate the learners. As the world of education becomes more digital, we can expect to see an increase in gamifications methods. Alright guys, I think that's all I can explain about gamifications methods. I hope this video has improved your understanding about gamifications technique and methods and the way that it can be used for learning and teaching. Once again, thank you for the attention guys. And the last, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Summa assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. See you very soon.